I went from Punta Cana, snorkel diving to parts room getting fired. So I'm completely out of whack now. So maybe I'm just going to finish. That's it on the story for there. Story time's over, kids. All right. So if you know me and you know my channel and you know how I go, I'll bounce around a little bit just because, why not? I feel I'll probably lose half my audience before I even start bouncing anyways. So why not bounce when I bounce? But most of what I say is true or based off of true premises. It's what do they say in the movies? You know what they say. They say something about like it's true based on true events. My stories are based on true events, and they really are. If I was to just be straight biography and it not be science fiction shit, yeah, you wouldn't believe a word I'd say, and I'd be telling you the truth. You'd hook me up to a lie detector, and I'd tell you stories about my life and the things I've done and the shit I've gotten into and the stupid stuff I've said and done. You would think he's lying. And then right here in this I'd have like a little box in a box, whatever they call that, picture in picture of the lie detector. And then you'd see like the scientist guy's hands, and he'd be going, he's telling the truth. You'd see the thumb. That's all you'd see though. You'd see the little, and I'd say, yeah, and that time I was banging a kangaroo. And he'd go, he's telling the truth. Yeah, he'd be giving one of those. Rarely doing that. Rarely. Yeah, some stupid things I've done in my life. I don't do that stuff anymore. Now I'm just stupid ass. But what I like to do though, when I do kind of jump off the road and I veer from the actual events part, is I got the brain of a conspiracy theorist that knows that I'm a dipshit conspiracy theorist. It's funny. It's not funny. It's sad, because I'll be like sitting there and I'll think of something and I believe it. I'll like believe it, and I'll be like, yeah. And me and my wife will be driving out in the country, and we'll go past Amish country, and there'll be some Amish kids out in the yard, and they're playing with sticks. And this was just last week, and they're playing with sticks and rocks, and I'll go, and she's like, oh, here we go. I'll go, their parents make them go out and play with those sticks and rocks when they hear a car coming. She's like, what are you talking about? I go, trust me. The parents go, Ezekiel, Jebediah, get your ass out there. And actually, they don't say that. When they're in the house, they go, Ricky, Tommy, get your ass out there, grab a stick and grab a rock. Yeah, put that stupid hat on, those overalls. Put those on too. Yeah. Take your Nikes off, put your cell phones down, turn the Xbox off, and for crying out loud, for Christ's sakes, shut the 85-inch flat screen off this time. It burning electricity. Yeah. That's what they do. And he said, get out there and play with sticks and rocks. Because we got to make sure all these people think. That we don't have electricity, that we don't have shit, and that we're just living a good, pure life. And they'll leave us alone because they think we're crazy. Because you're the gatekeepers, boys. Ricky, Tommy, Ezekiel, and Jebediah, when you're out there, put on your gear. And they go out with their straw hat and their overalls, and they get their favorite stick and their favorite rock, and they just start whacking that thing around. And then they start talking like a German English accent. You get your rock and your stick over here, boy. And that was bad. Whatever that was. They got an accent, man. And they've been living in America their whole lives. They've never lived in Germany. And they've got a Oiken, Sparken, Sie Dush. And there's like, pick up your rock and your stick. Ezekiel, throw me the stick and throw me the rock. Now that's Scottish or Irish. I don't fucking know. Sorry, I just said the F word, but, Yeah. So we're driving by, and my wife's like, "Oh, look at the little Amish boys." And she doesn't talk like that. So look at the little Amish boys. Oh my! And look, they're playing with sticks and rocks. Oh, it's so nice. This is such a pure area. Yeah. And I'm going, no, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Yeah, that's how I think. Yeah, because I'm thinking that. I'm like, I know. And they go in that house, right? And they got like a little mudroom so that if you do watch them go in the door, the mudroom's very old fashioned. It has a lantern and has all their Amish clothing and their little Amish boots and stuff. And so you're like, oh yeah, man, look, yeah, man, it's Amish in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you don't know. They get through that mudroom, boom, they're straight up Pier 1 in there. Yeah, they're Pier 1. They're Godbies. They've got leather couches. They've got 85-inch flat screens because, these sons of guns work hard. They're out there and they're building really cool barns and furniture and stuff, and they're selling that stuff for a lot of money. Yeah, where do you think that money's going? Godbies. They're buying a leather couch. They're buying, they got those like theater. I got those theater recliners with the cup holders and the refrigerators in there. Yeah. And the dad, Daniel, he lifts that armrest up and he pulls out a Bud Light. Oh, not a Bud Light. He pulls up a Coors Light or something like that. Busch Light. I'm going back to drinking Busch Light. I'm over all that boycott stuff. I never drank Bud Light anyways. So I like Busch Light. So I bought a 12-pack today. I haven't had any. Right now I'm drinking ice water. Probably thinking I'm all buzzed up because I'm just talking about stupid shit, but no. I've been watching my booze intake because I successfully got off of Zoloft, went through the withdrawal patterns of being on that for 10 years, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll have an adult cocktail on occasion, but I'm going to try to be as responsible as possible and get through, weather the storm, working out a little bit, doing my thing, watching my booze intake. I'm still eating like a hog. Yeah, just had a calzone tonight. It was delicious. But yeah, so that's how my head thinks. So when I jet off into a story, 9 out of 10 times, it's going to be what I think is really going on behind the curtain. Because, when I grew up, we had Wizard of Oz, and that was a big moral story, plot moral is the guy behind the curtain, Oz. Yeah. So our heads think that way. That's, why you hear conspiracy kids, Gen Zers, all you younger flakes and whatever, and some of you older people that don't quite remember and understand why we're afflicted with this conspiracy theory crap. Wizard of Oz. Yeah. That was like some spooky, crazy shit, man. That was like Pulp Fiction cartoon stuff. Watching that stuff when you're a kid and you're like all excited to watch the Wizard of Oz every year. It would come on once a year or twice a year or something, and you knew when it was coming on because it was in the TV guide, and you put it down in your calendar, man. You said at 8:00 on Thursday night, Wizard of Oz is coming on, and I'm sitting down and watching this shit. Yeah, and it spooked the hell out of you. And then you walk away and you'd say, man, something's deep's happening in my brain. I feel it. Conspiracy theorists. Yeah, because we all believe there's a curtain and there's somebody behind the curtain and it's not who you suspect. Yeah, it's not our faults. It's just the way we're wired. It's the way I'm wired. Hell, that's half the fun in my head. My imagination is conspiracies. I try not to let them make me like Alex Jones-ish, where I'm like wackadoodling out and yelling and screaming, that they're putting microchips in the vaccines, and the microchips got little tiny mechanical spiders, and they go into your spine and they tell you that you like the color pink. That's Alex Jones. That's my Alex Jones impersonation. Yeah, that's what I think he would say if he really said what he wanted to say. Yeah, vaccines got little robot spiders that make you like the color pink. Yeah, so that's about all I really got to do is announce that we got a sea snake coming tomorrow. And if your handle is Hobiaki or it sounds like it's a Paris name because those Paris French guys are real skinny dudes. No fat Americans are winning this. Sorry, guys. And I'm not even going to call you out because I got some followers that I'm back and forth with and we have fun, man. And we all know we're fat. You're going to tell me in the comments when I'm done with this, you're going to say, yeah, I knew you were talking about me, Zipline. Yeah, I was. You know it. I got one word. No, I'm not saying it. I'm not going to say it. Yeah, so if you're if you're Jean-Luc, that's your handle, you're going to win this. If it's Hobiaki, you're going to win this. Oh, man, I don't know an African one. Like a good African, strong African, Ghana, Africa. Ghana's my favorite country in Africa. I could go into a whole story about Ghana. Love Ghana. Love Ghanaian people. Love them. They worked for me in New Jersey, and I hired a few, and they're my best friends out there. They were fantastic workers. Beautiful people. Wonderful people. They had pure hearts. Probably not all of them, but the ones I worked for me were really, man. Kofi Jemfi. Oh, man. John Mensah. Yeah. I don't think John was his African name. Mensah was. Yeah, because they would change their names too. Man, my favorite one, and I can't remember his name. Well, it was Kofi probably. But another dude, man, I loved him. And he called Mr. H. Mr. H. Yeah, the tanks are full, Mr. H. And I'd be like, oh, thank you. You know what I mean? They were awesome. I loved them. Ghana. That's my favorite. So if your handle is Kofi Jemfi or something like that, Kofi or Jemfi, you're going to win. If it's Ralph Thompson or it's Mechanical Gears Booze Hound, I know you're American and you're fat. Oop. See the camera. There it goes. It's got a mind of its own. It's like, it is kind of cool though. I like it. Look, am I losing weight? I don't know. I want to lose the love handles. I hate when I see profiles when I'm walking with my wife and we're walking down a plaza and you got windows and you get a reflection and you can see the side view and you can see the love handle bump right here. I hate it. I hate fat back. I got to get rid of that just for myself. Talked a lot, talked too much, a lot about nothing. 37 minutes here, so I'm going to turn this into about 3 videos because you know how YouTube does me. They do me long delays on big, long videos. So this can be 3 videos. I like this one because I'm, saying some stuff. Even showed you a new utility knife that's pretty freaking crazy. $18. Lowe's. The Tough Built. It's going to be very purposeful for me. Look at that. Look at that. Feels like magic. I'm out. Deuces. My gooses. Where am I going? I don't have to do that anymore. I used to have to walk around back behind. Now it's losing me. Follow me. Follow me. There we go. Now all I got to do is go.